Man, shut up. Didn't I say shut up? Bet that rooster will think twice before crowing tomorrow morning. Coffee's ready, guys. Let's start the show. Good morning, everybody. Happy hump day. We made it midweek again. Oh my God, what a week. What a rough week. How is everybody this morning? Good morning, Sage. Good morning, Janice. Good morning, Miss Pinky. Good news about the hubby, Miss Pinky. Very happy for you. And good morning to whoever is lurking. How is everybody today? Oh God. Yesterday was just horrific here. And of course we got more snow. Lucky us. Boy, this stuff just won't get the hell out of here. I've had enough. Um, but hopefully you guys have been having a great week. We finally got mom discharged from the hospital. That took 3 hours. They call them, say, "Oh, we're letting her come home today. Come get her." And 3 hours later, you think in a hospital they give more comfortable chairs to sit in. Yeah, no. So yeah, it took 3 hours to get her out of there. Her legs are still not working very well. So we had to pretty much carry her. We had to lift her up, get her in a wheelchair. They got her down to the truck. And then we had to pick her up and get her into the truck because her legs are weakened. They're not supporting her weight. So everything is lift. So we get her in there, get her home, get her out of the truck. She walked, got out of the truck by herself. We were holding on to her. Walked her over to the porch, got up the steps, get to the front door, and then she drops down to her knees. Thank God, I was there to catch her. And I'm thinking, oh God, this is just going to be a nightmare. So we got her up and in the house. And of course, we decided, yeah, she's going to have a wheelchair and physical therapy come to the house and build the strength up in her legs. Who knew that 3 days in the hospital would screw her up like that? So I have been lifting and carrying my mother since yesterday, and I am dead. My back, oh my God. And I'm not supposed to be lifting over 5 pounds, guys. And, my mother weighs a little bit more than 5 pounds. So I'm just a hot mess. But I'm here to hang out with you guys. You guys can help me gather strength to deal with the rest of my day. Oh, geez, it's just been something. But she looks good. She's the swelling has all gone down in her face and in her hand and arm, and but this poor thing's got bruises all over her. She looks like somebody beat the shit out of her. But those are starting to fade, so that's a good sign. And her appetite is just wonderful. It's good, but she cracked me up yesterday. Oh my God, I died laughing. I'm sitting on the couch with her after picked her up and got her in there. And my mother doesn't say much. Usually it's just like, I'm done, or later is usually, or I love you. That's the only thing that comes out. And we're sitting on the couch and we're just resting, and she's looking at the TV. And then all of a sudden she just says, "Oh shit." And I just looked over at her and started laughing. I don't know where it came from. It just come out. And I'm like, "Really?" I says, "Okay." I says, "Well, what do you want?" I says, "You want to get up and get moving?" And she copied what I said. She goes, "Yeah, I want to get up, get moving." My mother hasn't said anything like that in over a year. Excuse me. So, what a shocker. Oh, it was hilarious. So, they didn't send us home with a wheelchair. It's going to be delivered today. So I had to make up a wheelchair to get my mother from point A to point B. So we have an extra office chair in the house. And I put her in that and I made Velcro seatbelt and I seatbelted her in and we were wheeling her around in a house in an office chair. It works. It works. It rolls right up to the kitchen table so she can eat. And oh, Jesus, just amazing. What you got to do to make things work. It'll be so much easier when the wheelchair arrives today. But yeah, her just coming out with that, it was hilarious. But it's a little more lifting and a little bit more work that I've got to do. So I'm freaking exhausted. And I thought I was going to die yesterday. And when I got into bed, oh my God, it was awful. Excuse me. Relax, have a cup of coffee and laugh. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do right now. So my father's holding the fort down until I can get back downstairs. Good morning, Michelle. How are you? So, it's, you got to make do with what you got. Cause I told the girl, cause they called this morning about the wheelchair and when they're going to deliver it. And I said, well, yeah, today would be good. Cause I'm using an office chair and a Velcro seatbelt. And the lady started laughing. She goes, oh my. And I go, that's right. You got to use what you got to use. Piggy says, my back is hurting so bad after walking around the house. Yes, it's horrible. You're either walking around or you're sitting on crappy furniture. So that's what I was doing for 3 hours at the hospital. And then I get home. And then, like I said, I have to keep lifting her. And see, this is another stage that I wasn't really prepared for. And I'm not supposed to be lifting stuff. So all I've been doing is lifting her. I got to lift her up so she don't fall down because she's not supporting her weight. So, hopefully we can get her leg muscles back up to where they support the weight and less lifting. Because if it gets to be if this is permanent, then yeah, I'm gonna have to bring in some extra help because my father and I will be totally wasted doing this all on our own. And also now I've got to change. We're gonna have to do a bathroom remodel. Good morning, Susan. How are you? That's what. Oh, I missed that. That's what my mom uses, an office chair to scoot around in. Yeah, see? Amazing, isn't it? So that's what we use. We're using the office chair. I had to move some furniture around to make everything fit. And now I've got to call a place this morning so that my father, they still have a tub shower combo. She's not going to be able to lift her leg up to get in the tub. And I'm not going to be able to pick her up to put her in the tub. So I got to call them today and have them come give us an estimate for my father. And the place does it in one day. They rip out the old and put in the new. We're just going to have a walk-in shower put in because if all this lifting, I'll end up in a wheelchair. I'm feeling it and it's not good. That's okay, Susan. Lurk away. Lurk, lurk, lurk. So I'll work with what you have in that moment. Yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing. And yeah, usually, when she gets up in the morning, my father would, get her into the bathroom and change her up, because my mother has to wear diapers. So, but now that we've got to lift her all of the time, I says, no, we got to do it like they do it in the hospital. Change and dress while she's still in bed so I can roll her around. So that's what we did first thing this morning. And then we lifted her up and got her in the chair. So yeah. And my bag's killing me already. And we just started. So there's a full day. So it's kind of like, when you got a newborn at the house and, you do what you got to do. And then you put them down for a nap. That's what's going to happen here. When I put my mother down for a nap this afternoon, then I'm going to try to catch a couple hours of sleep. And, she wants some Tylenol to deal with the back pain and the leg pain. Just keeps getting better. But we're just glad that she's home and she's just saying things that she hasn't said in years. And I'm just getting the biggest kick out of it. And she was very alert. Like this morning, like she doesn't usually say good morning. I get in there and I go, oh, good morning, Mom. Good morning, she says. I'm like, oh, you're chatty today. So I don't know. I don't know. It's just she's just saying things that she hasn't said in over a year. So it's great. Dementia's so messed up. It is. You think that they've forgotten things completely, and then they just come out with, and of course, the first thing she comes out with is "oh shit." So isn't it the swear words always they remember those really well. But I just thought that was just hysterical. Just for no reason, she said "oh shit." So that was really funny. So that's been my day. The last 3 days. Uh, And we weren't expecting her to come home yesterday because they wanted to wait until her sodium levels were normal. And she was a little iron deficient, they said, which I found odd because she eats very well. And it's a well-rounded diet. But, who knows? When you get older, things get messed up. So they said, well, we'll probably keep her another couple days. So I figured, okay, tomorrow, it'll be a break again for us that, I said, I'm not going to come up and just watch her sleep. So we won't come up. Nope. First thing in the morning, the doctor says, oh, everything's back to normal and you can come get her. Oh my goodness. Hold on just a quick second, guys. Okay, guys, sorry about that. That was follow up from the hospital. Apologize for that. Oh God. So, Sage. Oh, do you got sunrise already? I just made a big freaking mess. Oh my God. Bear with me, guys. There's always something. I figured I was going to get a bunch of phone calls today, and I don't normally answer the phone while I'm doing the show, but unfortunately, I got to answer the phone for these people. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I apologize. There, I just cleaned up my mess. let's see what we can do now. What else can I do? Screw something up. I think I'm going insane. That's what it is. Because I have to put an ice pick on my bed. Hopefully, I can sit for longer now. Yeah, I always use ice too. It really makes it feel better. But you don't sit too long. Good morning, James. How are you? So I know. Did the music play while I had you guys on hold? I'm sorry. And I figured I was going to get bombarded with phone calls this morning. And she says, well, she wanted to know if I made the follow-up appointment with the doctor yet. I said, well, no, not yet. Well, I could do that while we're on the phone. I said, well, no, you call me while I'm working. So I can't be on hold here. So I said, I'll take care of it after I'm done. I figured 9:00, the phone would start ringing off the wall. So of course, we can't say ringing off the wall anymore. The phone's not there. Math's revision. So how is James this morning? How is everybody doing? Yeah, the ice pack is usually my best friend. I put that on. Oh God, and it just makes everything feel so. No music, but that's okay. Oh, it didn't turn on. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I told the lady, I said, "No," I says, "I came to it right at the moment you've caught me. I'm doing a live program online, so I can't hang on the phone with you." So, I, along with Laura, wish this crazy cold weather would go away. Much prefer the heat. My body tends to move a little better. Yeah, well, I don't like it when it's too hot either, because then I'm miserable. Because it hurts just as bad when it's really cold. So when it's like, from like anywhere from the 50s up to like 75, I'm good. When it starts getting a little warmer than that, then it starts to be an issue. God bless you. I helped with both parents. It was tough. So glad I was able to. Yeah, it is it's very hard. And like I said, now it's even more of a challenge because she can't use her legs right at the moment. So I'm thinking, oh God, how am I going to do this? And so I told everybody in the family, somebody's going to have to help out a little bit more. Because both of my father and I aren't supposed to pick up anything that's over 5 pounds. And my mother is about 102, 110, maybe tops. So just imagine, having to pick that up and move her around. And she's not, she wants to get up and move, but it's not, her legs aren't supporting the weight. See, I tell young people that phones used to have little bells in them. They think I'm making it up. Oh, I have an old-fashioned, actually, wall phone in my kitchen that's more decoration now because I don't have a landline anymore. And it's one of the old-fashioned ones where you have the receiver, you hold up to your ear, and then you talk into the phone, that kind of style. And I've got one of those in my living room too. And everybody goes, "Oh my God, are those real?" And I go, "Yeah, they work." And it has the bells on the top. It's really cool. It went with the decor. But I think it's funny when you get the young kids and you get the old-fashioned, phones, and they don't know how to work them. I just think that's hilarious. Darn weather is bipolar here. Same here, Michelle. I mean, 2 days ago, it was 60 degrees, and then it snowed yesterday, and then when I woke up this morning, it snowed again, and I'm thinking, and our yard was clear, no snow, and now it's back. If it'll eventually stop, but it's March. It's a hit or miss. Up until 92, my folks still had a party line with a buffet. Oh, I know. Wasn't that something? I remember party lines when I was a kid. Yeah. And everybody could listen to your phone conversations. But it was great because nobody paid for that. Kind of shitty when you had an emergency because some people wouldn't get off. But now, yeah, I figured, why have both? Why have a landline and a cell phone? It's 2 bills. And you don't need it. So I just had them disconnect actually, it was disconnected by a semi truck that drove up our street and the line was hanging down and the truck ripped the line out of my house. Thank God nobody was on the porch because it came back like a whip and broke out the window in our storm door. Glass everywhere. So I had to clean that all up and I never had the line hooked back up. Why bother? We weren't using the phone anyway. The only thing that you miss is that the satisfaction, like you're having an argument with someone on the phone and you used to slam the phone down. Yeah, you can't slam down the cell phone. It doesn't work the same. And of course, back then we had answering machines. So if you didn't want to answer the phone, you screened the calls. But now that's even easier because if I don't recognize the name on the ID, I don't answer the phone because it's always somebody that wants to sell you something. I gave into that the other day and answered it, and yeah, they wanted to sell me something. Oh, come on, man, I don't have time for this. I told them, no, I'm working. I'm in the middle of. I can't deal with this. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, sure. Good morning, Tardis. How are you? That would have been a mess. Oh, it was all I could think is thank God nobody was on the porch when the wire come whipping back at the house, because it would have killed somebody if we were on the porch. It either would have killed us or hurt us really, really bad. But he had blew out the window right in the door. I'm thinking, oh, geez. And of course, the truck driver didn't know. They were just driving along, and it just stretched and stretched and stretched till it snapped. And of course, they would have came and replaced it for nothing. But I figured, well, we don't even use it, so I'm not even going to bother. So that's that. It's just one less thing I got to deal with. But today, yeah, I'm just tired. My spine's killing me, and so I'm a sad sack this morning, guys. And then last night I was finishing up little touches on the miniature, and I posted some pictures in the Discord of the finished product. It is freaking cute. It really is. And it's great. I forgot who was it. Was it you, Sage? Somebody said about when am I going to give it my little village a name? That's a great idea, actually, to use it as a Christmas village or Halloween village or something like that. So I think I might do that. Set it all up and display it like a village. And I'm excited to start the ship build. That's going to be fun. But I've already got my eye on another house which plays music, and there's parts on it that move. So I've got my eye on that one. I can't wait to see how they've got it rigged up so that there's one like tower section that spins around. So I gotta definitely have to put that one together. We had a log truck to worry about when I was growing up. Nearly gotten taken out by a huge piece of bark that flew off a log once, about 5-foot piece of bark. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's dangerous. I don't know why they don't cover that stuff up just to prevent that. Sometimes we have dump trucks that from construction sites and they don't put the tarp thing over it. And then you got garbage and stuff flying, back at the vehicles behind them. And it can cause an issue. Oh, wow, that would be cool. Movie parts. Yes, when I spotted that, I'm like, oh, that's got to be the next build. I thought you guys would really enjoy that one. So that'll be fun. But definitely I'm excited about doing the ship as well. I don't even know what I'm going to do with the ship after I'm done putting it together. It's big. So yeah, that one I might give to my nephew. See here, put this in your room. I just want the challenge of putting it together. So yeah, it's chilly here again. I'm all wrapped up like an old lady in my blankie and got the nice hot cup of coffee. The hag didn't nail me this morning. I would have beat her to death if I didn't get my coffee this morning. But I have to say, thank God when I woke up, I didn't feel like I got hit by a truck. So the Tylenol helped a great deal. And thank God when the wheelchair gets here, it'll be easier. Even though the office chair works. But I'm just a little nervous about her my mother's feet with the office chair, her feet dragging, getting pinched in the wheel. So at least with the wheelchair, we'll have the little foot pads, and she'll be cool. She'll be good. So one thing at a time. So I'm going to be spending the rest of my morning this morning on the phone, trying to get things situated and make things easier, and trying to get another bed rail. I'll get that delivered to the house because I know she's going to try to sneak out of bed and then she's going to fall. God, that's the last thing we need. But we've got like bumpers all over the bedroom. So if she does fall, she'll land on something soft. You'll be blessed with the beverage of your choice. I'm telling you. If I wasn't so exhausted, I probably would have had a mixed drink yesterday. I was just on edge. Everybody goes, you guys are all amazed at my patience. I have patience with certain things. When you're sitting in a hospital for 3 hours just to take your family member home, the patience runs really thin, and I got a little testy with them because they wanted to send her to an in-house rehab, and I'm like, no. Everybody I know that goes into those rehabs comes out worse than when they went in." I said, "So you're not putting her there." "Good morning, Tina. I hope you're having a good Wednesday morning." So they looked at me and I'm like, "Yeah, no. We'll do it at home." And then when we were getting ready to leave, the lady come around again and talking about nursing home. I said, "Listen, I don't mean to be rude or disrespectful." I says, and then I raised my voice. "My mother is not going in a nursing home. And that's the bottom line." And she looked at me and she goes, "I understand." I said, "'Cause my mother-in-law was in a nursing home. She got robbed twice." I mean, who's gonna, come on. You're robbing from an 85-year-old woman. What the excuse my language, is wrong with you, you know? Good morning, Troll Slayer. How are you? Icky, yeah, snow, icky poo. Yeah, I know. We can't get rid of it. Thank God it was only a couple of inches. So, and it's supposed to warm back up. So it'll be melted probably by tomorrow, hopefully. So yeah, I just, made it known that no, she's not going into a nursing home. I mean, when it gets to the point where we can't care for her, then we have no choice. But for now, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. Hello, Heather. Hello, hello. How are you? Hi, Julie. How are you? There's padded mats you could place on the floor. They look like I've looked for them myself because I fall. Yeah, I don't know. Well, we have thick foam rubber. My father has this stuff. If you need it, my father's got it. That's no joke. So we have on all of the furniture, the corners of the furniture, we've got foam rubber on all of that. So if she does fall and land on her butt and her head goes back, she'll bounce off a foam rubber. We thought about putting stuff, but I'm going to look into those mats, which is a great idea, Julie. Thanks. Because we didn't want to put it on the floor because then that would cause her to trip. So we'll figure it out. Oh, thank you, Troll. Thank you very much. I'm glad people love me. Mrs. Prism, how are you? So, but yeah, thanks, Julie. I have to look that up and see what we can do. I would basically want them for the bedroom area. Besides, you could have her assessed for restraints. They did have her tied at the hospital because we told her she sneaks out of the bed. I said, so next thing you know, you'll have a half naked old lady walking down the hallway. So they had her tied so she couldn't get up. I think if I just get the extended rail, because we do have a half rail, and she likes to squirm her way down and sneak out onto the floor and take off. So if we put one down on the foot area on her side, she won't be able to get out. So that'll be I think that'll work. Last night she didn't even attempt it. She slept really well. The mats are only about 1 to 2 centimeters off the ground. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to look into those. Yeah, bed alarms. Yeah. So it's again, it's just a change of routine until I mean, hopefully they get her to where her legs build up strength so that she can walk on her own again. If not, then it's okay. We'll just have to make the adjustment. I'm good. Just making a walk to the shop. Good to hear your mom is home. Hello, Demon. How are you? Yes, we're just glad she's home. And she, like I said, in the hospital, she didn't eat very much because the food was nasty, guys. That is just no joke. Oh, it was awful. She ate the desserts, didn't like the food at all. And this morning we made her normal breakfast, which is like something you'd get like at a restaurant. She just inhaled it. It was gone. So the appetite's there. There are pairs you place on the bed that alarm. Oh, is there? Okay. So yeah, we just got to change things up, but the priority is going to be the bathroom because I'm not going to be able to get her in and out of the tub. That's gonna be really, really, unless I put a bathing suit on and get in there with her, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I gotta call them today, see if they can get here soon and get that ripped out and have put in just a walk-in shower. I mean, which is better for both of them because my father doesn't need to be getting up over a tub. They don't need the damn tub, so I'm not bad, Laura. Oh, good. I'm glad you're doing well. The food is always nasty. The custard blue. Yeah, actually, they give like you get like the Jello pudding cups here at the hospital, so you know that's good. So she enjoyed that. Hey, Gav, how's it going? A half naked woman was in my quarter once I divorced her. Oh, Gav. Well, the last thing anybody wants to see is an 81-year-old woman, in a hospital gown. It just is. Let's see. My parents and grandma had dementia. They would put her in a wheelchair with a clip on the alarm on her shirt and park her in her room. She would slip out of the alarm and flush them and take them off once over a month. Yeah, they're smart when they want to get something done. So, like I said, we did the office chair thing with her yesterday, and she's in it this morning. And we have had her just recently bought a roll of Velcro that comes with clips, and I made a seatbelt, so she's seatbelted in, and she can't get out. So it's that worked great. Look at a hoist. Sometimes they can be. Yeah, I was gonna look into that, but I think that the tub and stuff needs to come out anyway. I think it's just better for the both of them. So I'll just go with that, and they do it in a day. They can change out the entire shower unit and all that in a day. So that'll be cool. Laura, if your folks have insurance, they are able to help with the. Yes, they are actually paying for the wheelchair. Because my parents have never used the insurance for anything else, except for, hospital visits. So, yeah, we have it set up that, the insurance is paying for the wheelchair. Hospital gowns closed at the back, no knickers, no bra, no dignity. Exactly. Everything is just out. So that's why I told my sister, now you gotta tie her down, otherwise she's gonna take off. Which is a good thing she didn't, because like I said, ever since the fall, her legs aren't working. So she would have fell in a hospital and smacked her face on something. There's a shower chair that has sliders that you can sit and slide into the tub. Of course, you pick your feet up. Yeah. Well, see, the thing was, the day before she fell, we had just got a shower chair. And, but she could lift up her leg and get in there. I could get her in there. So it hasn't been used yet. Because normally she would stand up and I would give her a shower. It was fine. So, of course, now since she fell, like a brand new shower chair that we just bought, and now she can't pick her leg up to get in there. So if I change out the shower, then I could just put the chair in there and we could just roll her in and sit her in it, and that'll work. But I just didn't expect, for her not to be able to walk, seeing that she walked before she fell down. I'm just in a lot of pain from walking around the hospital. Yeah, it's bad. And like with my mother, they had her all the way down at the end of the wing. So it was like, it was like a mile to get to her room. I'm thinking, oh my God, these people are going to kill me. I said I should have brought a scooter and ride to get to the room. Oh, it's Wednesday. It's almost sort of kind of close to just about the weekend. Yeah. Almost there. Isn't that expensive? Isn't that expensive? New walk-in shower. I would love to have one, but my furnace died last fall and I have no money. Well, see, the benefit is the place that we contact, I think they give out veteran discounts. My father's a veteran. So he's thinking it's probably going to be about $1,000, which isn't too bad. So they're going to call and give us an estimate, or have somebody come over, give us an estimate, and we'll see. And like I said, they rip everything out and put the new stuff in all in one day, which is what we really need. For now, I mean, I can give her, sponge baths, but I really want to get her in there and get her scrubbed up. A bit of advice: try to keep her moving. Non-movement causes wastage. Yeah. So yeah, we make her walk to the chair that we have now. So she gets up and we hold her and walk her to the chair. And then, yeah, we let her sit for a little while and then we'll get her up and move her around a little bit. I should be getting a call from the therapist today to find out when they're going to come and start, making her walk and do her thing. I originally was just going to get a walker, but when I discussed it with the therapist at the hospital, it wasn't a good idea. So I said, okay. And the insurance only pays for one piece of equipment every so many months or years. So I said, let's do the wheelchair just in case we're going to need it for permanent. And then the walker, I could pick up anywhere for like, $40. Scan looks good. Just got to wait for blood test results. I have a good feeling from the way the specialist was talking. Hubby is most likely cancer-free. And that will be fantastic. And we're going to just pray for that, Pinky. Cancer-free. Let's see. It's not good, Pinky. I know how you feel. The hospital still have to go for weekly checkups on my feet. Had loads of operations on them over the last year. Yeah, that's how you spend your older years, running to the doctors or whatever. Oh, it's just that's good. I'm glad you guys are able to do that. Yeah, well, yes, thank God my father has the finances to have this done. I mean, it hits into savings, but that's what it's for. I'm 45. Walkers are awesome. Yeah, that's what we were gonna get her originally, but it's not she's not supporting her weight, so we've gotta build up those muscles again. And that's what we want. We want her to get up and start, doing it on her own. She has the will because she tries to get out of the chair, and she can't because I've got her, Velcroed in, but, and I would let her if I knew she could support the weight, but I know if she stands up and tries to walk, she's gonna go right down on her face again, and that's the last thing we need, so, we don't let her get up unless, we're on either side of her. Gives you a little more freedom. Yeah, it does. I mean, even if she's in the wheelchair and we get her to where she's using her legs to move the wheelchair around, then that's fantastic. It's a start. Which I'll see if it's possible for her to do that. We'll try it. But if I have to, yeah, just get her up walking, put some weight on there, walk around a little bit. It's a beginning. Men need to remember that there are blood tests and tests for prostate cancer that can save your life. Exactly. I'm on my husband's ass about it all the time because his father passed from that. So it runs in the family. And so him and my son, I say, up, it's time to go have a checkup. And then you hear him bitch about it. Don't care. That's how, oh, well, my cousin's husband, that's how his life was saved. He just went in for a regular checkup and they did blood work on him. And it came back that he had the beginnings of cancer in the prostate. And they caught it in time. That was over 10 years ago. I have an electric scooter for outside. Yay, you're rocking and rolling. Make sure you wear your helmet. I just need a sugar daddy to buy me there you go, Julie. There you go. There's a shame. There's gotta be some kind of nonprofit organization that can help you get funding for a furnace. I mean, there's gotta be something. Just keep trying to figure it out. The other thing around my house, like the outlet that caught fire because of old wiring. Yeah, see, we deal with that too, old wiring. But my father's an electrician. So when we changed the majority of the wiring in our house, because our house is over 100 years old, they had the old rag wiring. So yeah, we had to change a lot of it because the modern appliances draw more power, and the old wiring is just bad news for that. Dancing, we used to just dance plus music in the top 3 for a triggering memory. Oh, yes, 'cause my father always plays music, and he would dance with my mother in the living room. Um, of course, now we'll just have to play the music and just maybe, I don't know, do some kind of leg exercises or something. She enjoys the music. I am a broke ass. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it, Pinky. There's always something. Something always goes wrong, and even if you manage to save up a couple of friggin' pennies, something shits the bed, and then you gotta spend it. Same here. My house was built in 1880. Yeah, yeah, just like me, Julie. So we were like I said, when we purchased the house, my father went through and rewired the whole thing because, like I said, we have the huge refrigerators, and you've got the modern washer and dryers, and that all takes heavy gauge wiring. So that was the blessing. Thank God that my father could do that. Same thing with the plumbing. I had to change plumbing because it was just all outdated and plugged up, and what a mess. And of course, they hid that really well. We didn't know that. So yeah, it was just a disaster. And all that stuff is wicked expensive. When we moved here, our fuse box had glass fuses. Oh my God, yeah, that's old. Yeah, we had to replace all that too. Fuse box, everything. Open the oven and kettle at the same time. One would go pop. Yep, yep. When we moved here, my kitchen had 2 plugs. One plug, which I don't understand why they put it there, what was between the windows in the kitchen. What the hell are you putting there? And then the plug for a stove. So we had to install plugs on the counters, for all of the appliances that we have, coffee pot and so on. And so that was just ridiculous. And then each room in the house only has 2 plugs. So we had to install more plugs and updated wiring to handle computers and all of that stuff. Screw and glass furnace. Yeah, fuses. I know, my God. Yes, we had that too, Sage. Wiring on the outside of the walls. So my bathroom, we had to we put it in, put everything where it belonged. And I seen that, I'm thinking, what the hell? It's all on the outside. Yeah, Julie says she had 1 plug in each room. Yeah, see, that's the problem with the old houses because they didn't have the stuff that we have now. And to pay an electrician, forget it. Forget it. Nobody can afford that unless you've got some big change in the bank. So I'm saying we lucked out. My dad's an electrician, so he did it all himself. Otherwise, it would have cost me a fortune to have it done. And we're actually still not done with it because the wiring is so expensive. If the houses are that old, what kind of heat do y'all use? Actually, we have an oil furnace here, but we use that to keep everything pleasant. And if it gets a little chilly, then I use also ceramic heaters in separate rooms just to take that added chill off. But oil heat here, it's expensive. We have a switch that lights up between the bathroom and the bedroom, and I have no idea what it's for. I know. It's one of the mystery ones. We had wood stove. We actually have a wood stove in the basement that was left here, and it's the cutest stove. But my father never wanted to hook it up because of fire hazards. Oh, hold on, guys. Here we go again. Hold on, please.
dry leaves, the cold air on my skin bites. Shadows slipping through the grave. Something is not quite right. Footsteps echo, but no one is near. Whispered voices ring in my ear. Oh, did you hear that? Or am I insane? I am silent, but a whisper remains. Cross-eyed where the lost collide. Cross-eyed where the truth ain't brushed aside. Phantom whispers crawling in my head of secrets that aren't quite dead. That aren't quite dead. Whispers among graves calling my name. Cold hands reaching, feel my flame. Breath on my neck, I'm not alone. Raw side screaming to the unknown. Raw side where the lost collide. Raw side where the truth ain't brushed aside. Phantom whispers crawling in my head of secrets that aren't quite dead. That aren't quite dead. Lights flicker, shadow leaps through the veil what sleeps beneath. Raw side, fingers brush the divide. Raw side, feel it burning inside.
Sorry, guys. Hospital calling. Oh, my. People are going to drive me nuts. Oh, my God. So sorry, guys. The filth wood is great. It heats you when you cut and haul it. Stack it when you burn it. Yeah, I know. That sucks. I hate chopping wood. You have a married loser who never wanted to update anything. Oh, see, that's the thing that sucks. Let me get caught up, guys. Oh, wash machine. 90% of the time we run off grid, send our overload through the grid, and get money back. That's where that's a bonus. I wish we could actually get like solar panels and stuff like that here. It'd be awesome. But we just don't have the room for it. Oh, she's going to go check out that sunrise. All right. All right. Another great day. Fabulous. Hopefully, I don't get another phone call. Good Lord. I'm going to be stalked all day. And not for nothing. This one was an automated call to make sure that everything was all right. Could you believe you can't even talk to a person? They do have automation do it. Good morning, Roger. How are you? I'm just eating lunch, so blanket high for the moment. Ooh, what are you having for lunch? I don't even know what I'm going to do for lunch. Haven't gotten that far yet. Yeah, the next couple of days are going to be insane. I'm just so if you don't hear from me, you know I'm bouncing off the walls. Just bouncing off the walls. If I were able to sell everything, I could get a large van for myself and my cat to live in. You know what? I think I could do van life. I've seen it. And I mean, you got to have, an extra account put aside for, repairs and stuff on the van, but it is cheaper. And if you don't mind living in a small space, I mean, some of them are really amazing. Making your hubby's favorite for dinner tonight, chicken curry, not too spicy, mind. Ah, I made sloppy joes yesterday. Well, actually, it was St. Patrick's Day for us. So in between running to the hospital and this and that, I'm trying to cook a St. Patrick's Day dinner. Thank God it turned out. We got it all done. But oh, jeez. Tonight, I don't know. Whatever I find, or just go without. I'm just too tired. Oh, almost dinner time there. Yeah, it's not. Everybody just got done with breakfast here. So when I'm done at the show ends at 11. I'll have to go downstairs and make sure we get lunch together and get my mother situated and get her in for a nap, and then that's when I'll pass out. It's definitely going to be a big adjustment. I've just got to figure it out and find a routine that's going to work for the next God knows how long. But otherwise, everything's been pretty good. I mean, actually, no, that's not true either. When we come home from the hospital, I have wooden posts with solar lights, lamps on them. It lights up the front of the house, and I have 4 of them in front of the house, and one's by the driveway. And doesn't again, excuse my language, because I was freaking furious. Some asshole pulled into my driveway and backed out, drove over my lawn, and took out one of the posts. Now they nailed it because it's in the ground about 8 inches. And they took it right out. And when I come home, it was laying on the lawn, and I could see the tire tracks. And I get out of the truck, and I said, "Well, mother effers, somebody!" I was so pissed. I said, "I believe it. Somebody come in there and ran it over and left." So yeah, so I had to pick that up off the lawn. And when it goes back in, they're going to get a big surprise next time I want to try to run one over. I'm going to put a piece of rebarb in the corner of it and a giant boulder that I have in my backyard for landscaping decoration. That's going to go in that corner, and let's see them run that over. Oh, I was furious. So yeah, yesterday was just a shit show from the word go. And of course, our security cameras aren't on yet because I have to redo all of the batteries and reboot the system. So we don't have it on yet. And then my neighbor's security system didn't catch who did it because the camera doesn't reach that far over into my lawn. So I'm thinking, how could you miss a fucking pole? Excuse my language, but jeez. Was the same person who hit Kenny's band? Probably. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. It's a big 4x4 with a lantern on it. How did you not see that? Last night, I cooked spaghetti and meatballs while watching Bill's stream. Oh, so he did have a stream on. And I'm totally missed it. I also didn't get a notification, I don't think. I don't know. Was I even on last night doing stuff? I was on for a little bit. I was finishing stuff up. Like I said, with the miniature, I took some photographs. I checked a couple of messages, and then I couldn't stand it anymore. My back was just had enough, and I went into the bedroom. But I didn't know. Did he go on late? I haven't even talked to Bill yet today. Yesterday, I walked into the side of the bath. 2 hours later, same bath. Stubbed my toe. I swear things jump out at me. Me too, Heather. Oh, his brother was in the chat. Yeah, every now and then he'll pop in. Yep. His brother, or his dad used to, but he had to block his dad because his dad would criticize stuff. So he blocked his own father. So I told him, I said, if your father's not going to be nice, then tell him, well, I'm sorry, I'm going to block you. I didn't get a notification for it either. Yeah, okay, so maybe it was like a last minute decision. It's probably what it was. Yeah, trolls. He collects trolls. Is it music store? I don't know what he did. He play? I don't know what did he do? I don't know what he did. It might maybe music. I know he's got to finish the car job, but because the weather has been crap again here, he doesn't want to go out in the garage. I'm getting a little irritated with YouTube. I'm lucky I get about half of the notifications. Exactly. So, and I go back and I check. I said, no, I haven't checked, notifications. And there's a lot of times I don't get them. Laura, you is the witch. If they make you mad, put a spell on them and go moss on their house. Yeah, I know. I don't cast spells, but maybe I should dive into the book and see, asshole that runs over post. Wonder if there's a spell for that one. Oh my God, I don't know, just insane. Pretty sunrise, some thin clouds in the north that are beautiful peachy color this morning. Oh, nice. That's so nice. And then I got to get my ass moving on the magazine. I'm behind on that because of all this hospital business. So I'll be working on that tonight after I put my mother to bed. Oh, and talked about stuff. Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah, totally missed it. So yeah, thanks for posting that, Pinky. And of course, he probably didn't say anything to me because he knew what was going on, so he didn't want to bother me. I did hang out at Sarah's for a little bit, but then I had to take off because we had to go pick her up. So I tried to keep up. I'm just overwhelmed right at the moment. So once I get everything situated and set in place, then I'll be able to breathe again. And it's like by the time I got upstairs after putting her to bed, it was late, and then here I'm cleaning up my kitchen from dinner. So I had to put food away, and I had to do dishes, and oh, jeez, it was just. So it was a late night. But at least it gives us something to talk about this morning, right? Only thing I'm not too thrilled with is like, even though I've given her a sponge bath and they did in the hospital, she's still got like some blood on the skin on her face, but it's on the side where her face was swollen. It's all bruised. I tried cleaning it up with some alcohol and that didn't work. And then this morning, I, soapy, warm washcloth and stuff, and I don't want to scrub, so it's gonna be an issue because I don't want to hurt her, and I know all that stuff's sore. Poor thing is the black eyes, and then it's the bruise on the cheek and on her neck, and so yeah, and she's got the stitches on that side, so I just don't want to. I don't want to scrub. Then he had to stop playing because he was shaking the beds upstairs. That was fun. Oh, did he get in trouble? Michelle got on him. And it's funny too, because the room that he's in, his studio is pretty much soundproof to an extent, but so he must have really been letting it rip. I feel like I live in a constant overwhelmed state. Yeah, Julie, I know. I know. I feel you because I have those moments and you just want to you just want to stop. You want it to stop. Good morning, Cheza. How are you? I don't know if you peeked in on my Discord, Cheza. I got new photos of the finished miniature that I did with the train. It's so cute. And I did a lot of customizing on that one, like I showed you guys Sunday. And I'm glad that I did the customizing. Witch hazel for cleaning. Yeah, I've got some of that too. I mean, the alcohol was taking some of it out, but I also don't. Yeah, I don't want to dry out her face, or it's, and I don't want to push or scrub because, like I said, it's all bruised. So I'm kind of like very, very, very gentle, but it's not all coming off. So I'm like, oh shit. So a little at a time, because I always, wash your face and stuff after she eats, because sometimes she makes a mess. So it's a little at a time. It'll come off. Mrs. Prism. All right, I'm back. Got the Genesis. Got the. That's jumping on me here. That is the first store was sold out. The Guinness. Okay. I know. I have no idea. Oh, pardon me. My God, I'm sorry. How rude. A yawn snuck up on me. I don't even know what to make for dinner. Actually, I want somebody else to make dinner. I just want to eat it and but I don't have anybody volunteering to make dinner, so I'll have to write that one down, Julie. How do you pronounce it? Arnica? Arnica gel? I'll write that one down. And she also come home with some stuff, other medication that I have to. She developed she had the sniffles before she went into the hospital, and apparently, whatever it was, went into her eyes because her eyes were kind of gunky. So now I have these gel drops that I got to put in there before she goes to bed. I'm thinking, oh, this is gonna be fun. It wasn't too bad. She didn't fight me. I just quick opened up her eyes, squirted it in, and that was it. So it was quick. Delivery, Laura, delivery for dinner. I wish I could, Julie. I'm broke. So I'm just gonna have to just dig up something. I'll find something. Almost. It's just an at the end. Okay, I got it. It's good for pain relief, really. Oh God, I'm finding all kinds of good stuff here. Tray bakes are very good, easy for dinner. Just cut up some vegetables, throw it in the oven. Sometimes you can add chicken. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just find something that's gonna be quick. Usually when I'm really tired like this, it's just to hell with it. Just I don't make anything. I just go without eating, which isn't good, I know, but just when you're just tired. And believe me, if I had the extra money, I'd have my husband go pick up something or have something delivered. No, delivery. We don't do delivery because delivery here is outrageous. Except for it's a pizza joint. It's not too bad. It's only like $2 for delivery, but DoorDash can't do DoorDash because holy shit. It's easier if I just go pick it up. They charge a lot of money. So you guys are all using this stuff. I'm gonna have to look that up and get it. Cause yeah, she looks like she went like 6 rounds in a boxing match. Just bruised all over. And then of course the other arm, the left arm she landed on. So that was the one that got all swelled up. It was huge. And that's all bruised. And then the other arm, of course, they jacked her up with all the IV and all of that. So she's got bruises all over that. She's got a bruise on her hip, but her face, it's the whole left side, which she landed on. And of course, the way she hit it, it made the nose swell up. So she's got the black eyes, bruised cheek. Just poor thing. And it went down into her neck. The neck is bruised on that side. So she hit hard. I know use others for pain. Doesn't touch my pain, unfortunately. However, I use it for bruises and swelling. I've never even heard of it. I was using this other stuff that, oh, what the heck was that stuff called? It's prescription crap. And you're supposed to they give you little measuring cards. You're supposed to measure out the salve and put it in. It's for pain. It's for joke is what it is. Doesn't do a thing. And it smells terrible. So I told him, I said, yeah, you can keep that. I'm not using that. She looks bruised. You should see the other guy. Exactly. Exactly, Sage. When we went to the hospital right after the next day is when all the swelling showed up. And I went in, I go, oh my God, it looks like somebody beat the crap out of you. And of course, she was totally it totally wiped her out. So pretty much all she did was sleep. And which is good because her sleep pattern stinks anyway. So, but last night she slept really well. That's what it is. Voltaren doesn't do a damn thing for me. Good morning, Cree. I got multiple tubes of it. It did nothing for me. I said, you keep it. I don't want that stuff. It don't work for me. Good morning, Al. How are you? Mike was shredding last night. Yeah, getting some good music on. She says it only works about a half hour for me before I have to reapply it. Oh, yeah. See, that's the thing. Oh, it would be such a blessing if I could take something for pain. I can't. I'm allergic to all this crap. None of the creams work. So I pretty much just suck it up. You use the extra strength. Yeah, see, Julie agrees with me. Yeah, the Voltaren, it sucks. It doesn't do nothing. And I told the doctor, they don't even bother prescribing it no more. It does nothing. Kills pets if it's on your hands and you pet them. Yeah, I always make sure, that I never got it on my skin. And then if I, use it like on my ankles or anything like that or whatever, I make sure that I had socks on so that the dog and the cat weren't exposed to it. So I just threw it all out. None of it works. And same thing like with the arthritis. I got to suck up the arthritis because all of the medications for arthritis I'm allergic to. So it's, it is what it is. So saying after a while, you just live your life, you're just used to it. It's not a good time, but you just learn to function. That's all you can do. Just learn to function. Who's coming to Peg's washing out? Peg's washing out. What is that? I don't know, Heather. What is it? Let me know. What Wednesday? Who's on? Oh, I'm on later tonight. Open mic night tonight, guys. So any kind of paranormal or any questions, it's open mic. So you get any questions. Oh, thanks for posting that, Pinky. Yeah, the merch is fun. I enjoy doing the merch. 5% patches help reduce my muscles by 15% occasionally. Yeah, it does. It does none of that stuff. I had all those pain patches, all that stuff. Nothing. Does nothing. Yeah, Gabapentin and codeine for my illness. Yeah, I can't take any of that either. Reduce my muscle pain. Well, at least you got something that's helping out, Julie. That's great. I mean, like I said, when I went to, because I was going to a pain specialist, and they pretty much got to the point, they said, well, there's nothing we can do for you. They sent me on my way. Oh, thanks. You were a big help. I use liquid Advil, but the capsule and taste, it burns the tongue. It can't be good for the stomach, though. Oh, yeah. Pegging out washing. Who's coming? She's hanging the wash on the line with pegs. Ah, I got a ton of that that's got to be done too. My husband's going to have to handle it. I just can't deal with 2 flights of stairs today, which he's not going to be too happy about, but oh well. I'm allergic to codeine. Yeah, none of that works for me. And the other stuff I'm allergic to. I just pretty much, to the point where I'm just screwed. So I just deal with it. Eventually, I'll just be, a lump laying in a corner somewhere. It only reduces my muscle pain 10%, so I rarely use it because it doesn't do much. Well, I just look at it. I have to do a little on the positive side, Julie. It's 10% better than no percentage, right? So if it helps just take that little edge off, just to, for that little bit of comfort, then yeah, you do it. Like when I do, like Tylenol, I could take Tylenol. That doesn't bother me, but all it does is kind of like take a little bit of the edge off, just enough so I could fall asleep. But it doesn't last long because I wake up during the night several times. Yeah, it is a drag getting old. I'm coming along. Need to take down my laundry and fold it away. Yeah, well, we took our line down outside because of the construction work and stuff we're doing in the yard. I plan on putting up another one. So whether or not I'll be able to function and get it, use it, I'll do it anyway. Nothing like sheets dried outside. Oh, they always smell so nice. I had the same thing happen to me after my spine surgery. The doc and I saw 8 months pregnant, cranky, and said, "There's nothing I can do for you." And it was about 4 months later, she left the clinic. Yeah. I'm thinking, what do you mean you can't? There's nothing. There's got to be something. Well, that's when they wanted to install that device in my back, connect to my spine. I said, "Oh, no, you're not. You are not putting that on me." That's what I am. Just a bump on a log, a waste of, no, you're not a waste of space. You're just in a different space. Oh, sorry, that was a pain. I can't take any morphine or codeine type meds. I'm allergic to them. Yeah, see, and of course, you don't know until you take it. And then every time they say, "Well, do you want to try this?" And I'm thinking, oh, God, I did get to the point where I said, "Listen, I'm too afraid to take it. I'm tired of going to the hospital." My genes gave me my disease. I don't wear them. Yeah, it's just, I swear someone keeps nicking my pets. It's probably the birds, Heather. They're constructing a log cabin somewhere. You got crows taking off with your bags. Of course, I have to find ours. We put them away because we took the line down. I don't even know where. I got a whole like peg bag. It's just you hang it on the clothesline. So we have a whole bag of them. I don't know where the hell they are. My bro has a pain pump every few years. He has to have surgery for maintain on it. Oh yeah. So yeah. You just get afraid. After a point you're afraid. Hey, one take. Good morning. Blame Crow. That's right. Let's blame Crow. Everything's Crow's fault now. We blamed Beardo enough. Now we're going to switch it up. I refuse to take anything stronger than ibuprofen, Tylenol, or Aleve. Oh, I can't take Aleve. It makes me loopy. Yeah. Well, I've looked into the CBD stuff that you guys have all talked about, and the thing is, I got to come up with the money for it. The thing to get one of those vape things or whatever is, I think it's like $70-$80, and that I just don't have right now. So I have blackbirds in the plum tree eyeing me up. Yeah, he's just waiting for you to walk away so they can steal them. My paint specialist is worthless. That's why I'm trying to find another one. I have to look 3+ hours away. That's the other part that sucks. The ride. And no one will touch me with my problems. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. They give up. They're not. That's not what they're supposed to do. They went to school and all of that. They're supposed to help you out. It's pretty bad when the pain specialist says, "Well, there's nothing we can do for you." Oh, so great. What do I got to take me out to the field and put me down? Jeez. Light stretching and movement is medicine. Got to stay consistent. That's the key every day. Yes, I do try to keep up with that. I used to do yoga every day, but the problem is to squeeze it into the schedule. So I haven't done that in a long time, but it did help. The yoga helps a great deal. Just those small, uh, easy movements. It's amazing, and it builds up fast. It's amazing how quickly it works. Beardo made the shape channel this week. Yeah, nice. I have to check it out. I got my paint pump in October. I'm fixed to get mine taken out already. It did not help at all. Yeah, see, I'm saying, nope, I'm not touching that shit. Where's Carlo? Did you mean Carla? Carla has been very busy. She's trying to get her business up and running, her photography business, which is got her fingers crossed. Hopefully that comes out really well for her. And she's also planning a wedding. So Carla's been kind of busy. They won't give me CBD because of depression. Yeah, I have bouts of depression too. That's caused by the fibro. Thank God I can shake it off, but I don't know. Laura has gone to life. Yeah, live on a nice farm. Yeah, just put me out to pasture. I'd be all right with that. You just, leisurely life out in the field. Just come and check on me once in a while. It seems like everything is just getting harder and harder. And I don't know. Day at a time. Day at a time. That's all we can do. And then when we get those quiet moments, take advantage of them. Carla, I also watched Carlo Palazzo, most Sarchi's friend. Oh, okay. He's Carlo's the one. Yeah, isn't he the one that humps everything? Because I watch Mo Sargi. It's funny. Everything he does is crap, but he's fun to watch. But yeah, that's the one. Carlos the one that humps everything. He gives me the creeps. I mean, come on, you're a little old to be doing that. Good morning, Betty. How are you? I've been struggling with all of the negativity lately. Anyone says something, and people are taking it seriously personal. Yeah, they do. Well, everybody's been addressing that actually, and we could probably talk about that tonight. About uh, God forbid somebody voices their opinion, and you're getting slaughtered for it, and that's not what this is about. You know. I've actually been attacked in chat twice for asking simple questions and making statements that I start with, in my opinion. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah. And just keep doing it, Cree. They're the ones that have the issues. Yes, the humper. Yeah, okay, yeah. I see. I don't know. He'll be back. He'll be out. He's probably busy doing something. I'm back. How many of you have jumped when I said she's back? Yeah, well, and I, you guys, I know I stay away from the drama too, but sometimes we just need to voice our opinions, saying, "Listen, this enough is enough." That's what the whole point is. People ask questions, everybody gives their advice or, or their opinions. And you know what? And everybody was stomping all over Noah. Noah's young. He's got a lot to learn. And and he took it well, but when people were, bashing him about what he said about the Ouija brothers. And it's good. That's, you got to help guide him. Hey, good morning, Angelina. How you doing? So, I just people just need to grow up. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. People make mistakes, and nobody's perfect. He'll learn. He's a young kid. The one that shocked me was at Kenny's live. It was insane. Did I catch that? I don't remember if I catched it or not. So it's, everybody, got all bent out of shape because apparently, now, I don't know if it's true, or if it's not, or I don't know if he's related to that angry Cajun guy. I heard he was his uncle. I don't know if that's fact. But okay, yeah, I ain't thrilled with that angry Cajun guy either because he is just a big jerk. But you can't tell people who to have in your chats or who you're going to like or who you like watching. We might not like him. Noah might know, like I said, if he's his uncle, I mean, of course, he's going to have him in his chat or agree with what he's got to say. I don't know, but we can't be that judgmental, I've been attacked in my chats before. Yeah, everybody's been attacked at one point or another. All I said was my beliefs have been around for thousands of years. In my opinion, I don't have to prove them or making the claim you prove. That's tit for tat. Yeah, exactly. Everybody's going to believe in what they want to believe in. And some people are just, holy shit serious. And if, oh no, Noah is not related. He called him uncle once from a joke they all shared. Oh, okay. See, that's what I'm saying. I wasn't sure. Sage has got a fresh cupper of coffee. So, I mean, it is what it is. He's going to like who he likes. We can't judge that. We don't have to like him. So if you don't want to be, you don't want to like him either, just ignore him or leave the chat. Just like when I get people that come in here, there's a lot of people that might not like certain people and I'll get shit about it. And I say, listen, you can't be that way. If this one person hasn't done anything to me personally, then of course they're welcome in the chat. I'm not going to throw somebody out because somebody else doesn't like them. That's not how that works. Hey, Ken, how's it going? How you feeling, Angelina? You've got surgery coming up pretty soon, don't you? Are the Ouija brothers the twins, Haunted, and the older brother, Rocky? No, the Ouija brothers are the UK, and they're actually a really good team. They're pretty open about everything that they do. So I really don't believe that they have faked any kind of, data that they've collected. So I've told him I'm not religious, I'm spiritual, and there is a difference. Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to explain time, location, weather. I had someone get angry about screamo I made. Yeah, people, like I'm saying, who knows? It's something. There's always going to be something that sets somebody off. If I don't like someone, I just don't talk to them. Exactly. Now, say I have an issue with one person in the community who had badmouthed my channel and all of us in it, claiming that we were bashing people on here. And that was untrue. And I haven't spoken to that person since then. Because, you don't do that. Feeling terrible mentally, yes. Heart surgery on Monday. Been super depressed. This too shall pass. That's right. It'll pay. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. I get it. You're nervous, but you'll be fine. You're tough. You're a tough chick. You got this. I used to love Most Haunted and Ghost Adventures. I don't watch Ghost Adventures because I do know that everything is fabricated. Because I know somebody who's worked with them personally, so that kind of ruins it. I'll poke fun at them. Most Haunted, yeah, I used to love watching them because they made it's a good show, but it's entertainment. Wow, I've never heard you bash anyone. Yeah, well, that's what they were claiming that's what the morning brew is about. Everybody comes in here and talks shit about everybody. And I caught the person saying it on another chat. And I'm like, really? And of course, I'm not going to address it during a chat or somebody else's live show because that's not the right thing to do. But the person that understood what was going on, that was running the show and caught it, and they did the ass chewing out and blocked the person. And that person defended me and all of us. So, you know, if they show up in a chat, then I don't address them because they don't learn their lesson. They've done it multiple times. If they received a strike, it's because AI moderates live stream comments. Yeah. Spain goes, yeah, I was there, Laura. I remember that. Yeah. So that was very uncalled for. It was we don't do that. And even though that I'm talking about this, I'm not saying who the person is because it's, that's just not right either. But apparently this person doesn't learn their lesson. They've done it multiple times and it's not right. You're just stirring the shit pot and we just don't go for that here. I was bullied over commenting happy holidays and not Merry Christmas. See, that's just ridiculous. You're going to address it the way you want. I myself say Merry Christmas. If you say happy holidays, then it's fine. The crazy thing is you're friends with that creator. Yeah. So and I thank that creator greatly for defending me and us because they come right out and said, no, that's not what they do there. And you have no right to say that. And you're right. Yes, they do it just for the reaction. And then that person tried to have other people contact me so that I would talk to them so that they can explain their position. No, your position was you got busted. I was right there and I seen it. And now you're trying to make up for being caught. Ken, yes, I saw that. Yes, I was in there last night. I'm happy for them. They got everything back. So thank God. Of course, I didn't catch the show from the beginning. So I don't know. I don't think they still have to go to court or anything. I haven't asked. But I'm happy that they got their logo and their channel back up. I'll dig out some recipes for you today. It's busy. Oh, that's okay. I know, Sage, I'm behind on everything for the magazine as well. So no worries. We got a couple of weeks. You're always kind and never bullying here. Well, that's what I want for here. Us to have a safe place just to have, a bullshit session, If someone says crap about someone I like, I will defend them. It's just who I am. And I'm the same too, Cree. And I never do it in a public forum. It's always behind the scenes. Sorry, guys. It's always behind the scenes because it's not proper to do it right here in line in front of everybody. It's not. It's not the place to do it. If you got a personal beef with somebody, take it backstage. But see, that's the thing. This person got busted because I was there. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I made a comment, but it was a roundabout way knowing that you were caught and you're full of shit. And the content creator caught it and knew what was being talked about and tossed the person out. That's it. They were already warned. Good morning, Tim. Love these chats, very welcoming. And oh, thank you, Betty. They and Frankie came to a legal agreement, so it all should be settled now. Oh, that's good to hear. It's good to hear. I plan on having them on again because they've got the Paracon thing coming up. So I was telling them I have to have them on the show again so they could tell us about the experience. They invited me down there, but I can't travel. So I would love to be able to go. And I miss out on that stuff because I can't travel so far. Sage, if I know they are wrong, I will correct them. But if they are mean, I will say something that's wrong. Yeah, it's just. And it's ridiculous that we have to do this because not for nothing, the person is a grown person. From what I hear, they're in their 60s. You've been on this earth 60 years and you don't know how to behave yourself? Come on, really? That's just the sick thing. You know, you're 60 something years old and you still act like you're 15. I mean, anyone who bullies, doxes, or puts people down, appearances are horrible. Exactly. And that's the deal with that other bozo there. He's mean. I've heard stuff that he said. He's just a mean individual. And not for nothing, he's got no right to judge because apparently he hasn't looked in the mirror. He's no supermodel. Yeah, these lives are always so chill. So that's what it is. I want it to be. You know, I've had people, oh, it's got nothing to do with paranormal. Well, this isn't the paranormal show. This is just a coffee chat, you know? Paranormal shows tonight. It's right. It's not hard to be polite. Just, come on. You know what's right. You know what's wrong. Everybody's taught manners in some form. But people get their rocks off on just being dicks. That's the bottom line. They get a rise out of people, being just an asshole. A lot of the keyboard warriors, but face to face, just plain cowards. You are right, Tim. See, now that's me when somebody, if it's not online, out in just general life, somebody's got something to say, I confront them. I'll say, well, come on, you got an issue with me? Let's take it outside. We'll have a conversation. Don't talk behind my back because that means you don't have the nerve to say it to my face. And it's not like I'm going to beat you up or anything, but I'm going to have a conversation with you and find out what your problem is and see if we can correct the issue. But they don't have the guts to hit you face to face. Yeah, always kill them with kindness, right? And that usually irritates the shit out of them. I've had people say stuff to me in a rude and this and that, and I go, and you have a great day. And I just, that annoys the shit out of them. It annoys them that when you're kind and you smile, you just have a great day. We talk about everything and anything in the morning. Yeah, that's the whole point. I love it because we're not locked into just one thing. And we could talk about how busted up and old we are to, getting cheeky and talking, about stuff like that. I just, food, anything. Is it? Well, what was the other day we were talking about pets, and that's what I like about it. They also message each other. Got nothing nice to say. Don't say anything at all. Yeah, I know. That's what it is. Well, see, this is the thing. Like Tim says, they can't say it to your face because they don't have the guts. Everybody's brave behind a screen. I was contemplating starting a YouTube channel, and all of this drama has put me off. You just got to ignore it, Sage. You just, because there's been many times, you guys have heard me say it, I'd say to myself, what the excuse the language. What the fuck am I doing? Why am I putting myself through this? And then I thought to myself, no, I'm not putting myself these people are trying to do it. And so I just blow them off and I just do my thing. You want to listen? Listen. You want to take part in it? Take part in it. You're welcome. If you don't like it, go watch something else. You know, we all have a good time here. So, and that's what it's about. Well, here's a secret. I called a spade in a live. And now my new nickname here in these streets is personal ass kisser. You see what I'm saying? Oh my God. I like to smile on and it makes my coworkers wonder what I'm up to. Say, wouldn't you like to know? There's secrets behind the smile. Oh, well, I'm an incredible ass kisser. There you go. Say, hey, everybody's got talent. One of my favorite YouTubers is Professor Dave Explains. He does so well trolling the trolls. Yeah, a lot of people play him. I say, yeah, whatever. Glad you popped in. Block. Thanks for the view. Excuse me. If you want to do it, just go for it. Make your own wholesome community. Mr. Prism had to put the chat to subscribers. There's only for the exactly. Yeah. Yeah, don't let them stop you. Do it. You just do your thing. If they don't like it, they can move along. Move along. Nothing to see here. Laura, you're a light in the dark. Don't stop it here. Oh, thank you, Heather. And I think it's a healthy thing that we do because we all have our moments. I've got my moments just like everybody else. So the chat helps bring everybody up, brightens their day and then they can move along. And it's nice to take part in something it's fun, it's because you got people freaking out about one thing or another. Like I said, I'm stressing with the thing with my mother and the change in routine and just it's very stressful. So we could sit here and talk about that stuff. You got Angelina who's going to be going through surgery, which she's going to ace it because she's a rock star. But I get it. You get So if you can come here and just release a little bit of that anxiety, then I'm doing my job. You guys are great supporters of the channel, so I gotta give you, give you something for that support. I just had all that drama go on and I just ignore it. I had an issue with two people, and instead of taking care of it themselves, they got others involved. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That's why I stay away from it. Stay away from it, Angelina. All it does is cause an ass ache. Oh, you're gonna ace it. Shit. You'll be done with it and you'll be going out shoveling, right? When I seen that the last snowstorm you had dropped, I'm thinking, what the frick is she doing? It's the last thing you need to hear me being Mother Laura. Last thing you need to be doing is picking up a freaking shovel. So I bitched her out. I bitched her out. If someone puts a horrible comment on my videos, I usually thank them so that they know it doesn't bother me and they don't message it back then. Yeah. Oh, I've had people make comments about my looks or whatever, this and that. I go, gee, thanks you were there to point it out to me. Because shit, I didn't look at myself in the mirror this morning. Oh, we had more snow, Angelina, last night. I'm thinking, is this shit ever going away? You keep it real. That's why we are here. Yeah, I try to keep it real. I look at it this way. I'm almost 60 years old. What the frick do I have to lie about? If you want me to make up stuff, I'm really good at that. I could do that. But, I don't blow smoke up anybody's ass. I don't, a lot of people get a little annoyed because, they'll ask me for advice and I'll say, well, do you want the truth or do you want me to sugarcoat it? Because I don't normally sugarcoat. Truth sucks. That's the bottom line. So you deal with it. Excuse me. And it's not that I don't, use I'm very compassionate when the situation calls for it. Because you don't want to see anybody go through a hard time. But sometimes people need a little swift kick in the ass to let them realize, you know what? You have a purpose here. And you just have to do what you got to do. Yeah, I did. I got on her ass about shoveling. Okay. My kitten person majority just scared the death out of me. Apparently, he's small enough to squeeze into the lower cabinet of the kitchen. Oh my God, he comes tumbling out. Let's take a pots. That's funny. Good morning, Cynthia. That's funny. They get themselves into trouble and scare the hell out of you. It's hilarious. Oh, thank you, Betty. Yes, see that is. Everybody has something that they're going through in life. You do the best you can to help out to the best of your ability, because we share a lot of similar issues. And, nobody has a magical cure. But, reality is reality. You wake up every morning for a reason. It might not be the best, but you're still here and you got to take it as a gift. And you just got to be stubborn as hell and keep going forward. Let's see. I had 3 surgeries last year and I have 3, 4 that I get to look forward to this year so far. I think they're just having fun with the knife there, Julie. I tell them, this is this shit necessary? Because you're starting to annoy me. Sometimes you just gotta, tell them enough is enough. If you can't cure it, then, don't do it. Why, thank you very much, Angelina. You know what Angelina gets. Are you ready, guys? Here it comes. Yee-hoo! There you go. If you weren't awake, you are now. Thank you, darling. I really appreciate it. Kirk, you're bowing down and saying thank you. You're always welcome. Yeah, if you ever need a swift kick in the ass, just call me up. I got no problem doing it. I got no problem being the hard ass if I need to be. That's why I was saying my father's always bitching about my mother. Oh, she won't let me do that. I go, no, you got to make her do it. I have no problem being the villain when it benefits, their health or welfare. It's not always the best position, but sometimes, you got to do it. Why did Coffee file a police report? Okay, why did it? Because it got mugged. That's good. That's a good one. Unfortunately, they frown against me showing up in my jammies at work. Do you work from home? Who cares? Ain't nobody gonna see you from the waist down. You can be like me and Jimmy. We always say we don't wear any pants. I'm always in shorts. Always in shorts. Say it again. Americans sound so good. A kick in the ass. That's right. If you need one, bend over. I've got a size 10 and a half foot. And then my leg's pretty quick. I hate being put under during surgery. So anyone who has any upcoming surgeries, you can do it. Yeah, it sucks. It does suck. But you just got to say to yourself, you know what? I'm awake, I'm breathing, so let's see what I can do today. It might not be anything, but at least you're there, Yeah, yee-hoo, enjoy that. I think about working from home. What they don't know won't hurt. That's right. That's right. Hey, at least, I mean, things could be worse. You could be naked. Naked working from home. But it's good to have friends who tell it to you straight. Yeah, why make up something? Because then it just makes it worse. Don't let your friends and family members live in a delusion. My sister will come to me and, oh, yeah, she says, you're always so, no, it's not that I'm not compassionate about it. I get that from my father. You're just, you tell it like it is. Truth is truth. You can't run away from it. So why make something up, Sorry, I had to step away. Nurse was here from my father-in-law, and hubby was in no shape to go down with them. Oh, okay. No problems, Cree. I know. Gabe says he's bent over. Okay. Do I got to make up a swift kick in the ass button? Probably. So awful about Dust Productions. Something was going on. I missed it. What happened? Like I said, I have been out of the loop for at least 4 days, guys. Oh, goody, we're having a network legacy problems at work. At them blow up. I feel a headache coming on. Nope. Breathe. Count to 10. Breathe deep. Yeah, I didn't catch what happened. I know that he put something out, 2 videos or something, or whatever, but I didn't get a chance to see any of it. I love straight talk. My 2 best friends are very upfront, and I never had to guess what they were thinking. That's important. Be honest. I do it in a nice way. Like, I have a girlfriend who's got a bunch of tattoos, and she's got one that I think is awful. I mean, it's awful. But she said, "Well, what do you think?" I said, "Well, do you like it?" "Well, yeah, that's all that matters." That's what I tell her. What I think is not important. I think it could have been done better, but that's, my opinion. So instead of hurting her feelings and saying, "Well, that looks like real crap," I just say, "Well, do you like it?" And that's all that matters. And I get that from my dad, because I used to say to my father, when, like, I was getting dressed to go out somewhere, "What do you think of this?" And that's what he would say. "Well, do you like it?" So that was his nice way of saying he didn't like it. But he was diagnosed with cancer and has decided to back away from his channel. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that's a shame. That's terrible to hear. Well, prayers and best wishes his way. What a shame. Can I get a yeehaw? I managed to close my lounge window on my own tiptoes, but shut. Well, sure, we can give you a yeehaw for that. Why not? There you go. You got the window closed. Good for you. Superstar. I think most women have headaches. Or is it just my experience? Well, usually the headaches come from their significant other. I'll probably be lurking mode by then. Hope Laura speaks louder than the industrial slow machine. Oh, I can get pretty loud if I need to be. Usually people know when I get really loud and stern sounding, it's time to step away from Laura. Worst tattoo I ever saw on someone was a turd with wings and a halo. Oh my God, just above their crack. That is tacky. Oh my God. Hello, Sir Wayne. Yeah, no, my friend's the last tattoo she got was because she likes policemen and she wanted to honor the police force. And it was a flag, but it was supposed to be blue, but it looks like a black square on her arm. And I'm thinking, I said, there's so many beautiful designs out there. Couldn't they have picked something else? But like I said, I didn't want to come out and say, well, that looks like real shit, but I didn't do it. I just said, well, if you like it, that's all that matters. Yes, Wayne, I'm on lives Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays in the morning. But I'm sure you're busy. No worries, Sir Wayne. I hope my heart looked like that after surgery. It's going to be fine. They're going to fix you right up. You'll be out investigating in no time. Just do everything that you're told. Miss Angelina, I know you got problems with that. Keeping to what you're told. But she's like us, stubborn like the rest. Oh, it's not scrolling down. It's not scrolling down. There it is. Women do have more headaches and migraines than men. That's because all the shit we got to put up with. Hope after your surgery you wake up and have a yeehaw. If she says that after surgery, they'd be hilarious because they're thinking, what the hell's wrong with her? My doctor keeps telling me I need to see another ortho doctor. Why, he doesn't feel that he's competent enough? Do it, Angelina. Please do that. That'll be hilarious. Of course, that'll probably be the last thing she's. I'm making myself choke. That'd be the last thing she's thinking about, but that'd be hilarious. Did you know if you ever saw an epidural, you would get a migraine off, and throughout your life, it's the side effect. They really think they tell women when they're getting one during trouble. I had an epidural. I wanted to kiss that man. That was the best thing I ever had because I had all back labor. It was horrific. Of course, back then I didn't realize I had back issues. And yeah, it let me know it. Oh my God. And when he gave me the epidural, I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus. But I don't get migraines, thank God. I rarely get headaches. But I know they say if the scab comes off, then yeah, you get a horrible, horrible headache from it. I needed a double hip replacement. Oh my goodness. I had a cousin who had to have that done. It wasn't a double though. And he was really young and had to have it done. God, I hope I never have to have it done. But my hips are telling me otherwise. So I'll ignore that like everything else. So tired, just come upstairs from 40 winks. Go get 40 more. I need about 80 or so. I need a new tattoo, a cover up. Yeah, I've got one and it's fading, but I'm gonna leave it. I should have it, but I don't have money for that shit. I'll just leave it as is. Yeah, I am stubborn. Yes, you are, Angelina. You are stubborn. I got no problems telling you that. You're stubborn as a bull. But that doesn't do you any good. Do as you're told after the surgery. Or everybody's going to show up at your house and put our foot in your ass. How about that one? That's why I get upset when someone makes fun of someone because of their tats. Those are personal to the person. They did it in their own. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, everybody has a reason why they did it. And like I said, my girlfriend's, but I don't mind. She was paying homage to the police force, which is wonderful. And I understand that, but she could have picked a different design. This looks like a big black square on her arm. The guy that did it sucked. And I just said, I didn't tell her it looked like shit. I just said, well, if you like it, that's all that matters. I feel good. Thanks. Hope everyone is good as well. I'm exhausted, Dwayne. I'm just exhausted. But this will pass and things will be fine. Please make sure you oh, okay. Yes, please hit that thumbs up. I need all the help I can get. And I think the subbot thing is finally ended, guys, because the numbers have not changed in over a week. So I think I'm officially actually over 1,000 subs. And the thing that sucks is that I didn't get a chance to celebrate it because I didn't know what the numbers were going to be. But they're sticking. So I think I am officially over 1,000 subs. So thanks to all of you. Thank you. Thank you. It kind of took the joy out of it, because of the subbot thing, but numbers haven't moved. So I think I'm officially at over, well, it's 1,400. Who would have thought, I have no idea. Years until the doctor asked me if I had had an epidural, then explained to me, really, Cree? Wow. No, thank God I wouldn't have wished that on anybody. I wouldn't have wished that on anybody a migraine. I had one in my life and it was horrible. After my checkup with the nurse, I've been referred back to see a doctor again. More underlying issues. Uh-oh, Sir Wayne. Do your thing. Laura epidural was my best friend. Oh yeah, because I was in horrific pain. And finally, I said, they finally knew. I said, I've reached my limit, guys. I'm going to start knocking somebody out. And that guy come in and put the needle in. My husband flipped out. He said, because the needle was huge. I didn't even feel it. All I felt was a cool rush from the low back down. I'm like, oh, thank you, Jesus. Exactly what I said. I told the guy, I said, I love you. Oh, God, thank you. Is an epidural the thing they give you in your bag? Yes, Angelina. It's the needle that goes into the spine and just totally numbs you from the waist down. It was so good. It was so good. The labor was so bad, I couldn't catch my breath in between. It just kept coming and coming, and it was like somebody was ripping my spine out, and I was at my end. Everybody's got a limit, and I'm pretty good with pain, but geez, that was horrific. And he stuck that in there, and I'm like, oh God, it was instant. My last migraine, I lost sight in one eye. Everything went great. Oh my God, that's so scary. That's so scary. I heard the piercings were good in your ears. I have a couple of nieces that had that done. It worked for them. Yeah, hips don't lie. Exactly. I saw one of my surgeons Friday, and he wanted to send to a special surgeon's 3+ hours away. Everything's Julie. We need to pack Julie up and move her. She's just far away from everything. Too far away. My doctor says to keep rotating my arms. I have arthritis in both shoulders. And she says if I don't, they will eventually lock. Oh my God, Sage, no. All right, we got to get Sage. You got to get rowboat. Get a rowboat, a rowing machine. You got to keep that going. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Prism. Yeah, finally, I believe finally, yeah, at the 1,000 mark. So yeah, now I'm fully monetized. I want to do it ahead of time because I didn't want to claim something that wasn't mine, you know. So I think it's pretty much official. Okay, Angelina, you have a great day. Keep us posted on what's going on with you. Good luck. We'll be thinking about you. And actually, yeah, guys, we're down at the wire. I've got to get going myself. Oh, yes, I forgot to tell you. The camera did finally arrive. Thanks for reminding me, Sage. You guys will actually see it tonight because I'll have it on. It works so much better. I'll get the close-ups for the miniatures will be freaking awesome. So very, very happy, and I have all of you guys to thank for that because that was by your donations I was able to get it. So have you ever had acupuncture? No, I haven't. Some people swear by it. I haven't. We have actually a place right on the corner I could go, but yeah, I have never tried it yet. Yeah, it's been sitting at the 1.4. So, and I've been watching it, and it hasn't fluctuated. So I think it's finally that's where it's at. Thank God, because I was just stressing that. Swimming really helps with all right. Yeah, that's why I'm probably going to get another pool this year. So it's I died last year. It was horrific. But yes, guys, we are at the 2-hour mark. I've got to go back down, check on Mom, get lunch ready for her, probably change her pants, get her cleaned up and ready to roll for the afternoon. And then try to catch a nap an hour somewhere. and get things ready for later on. So hopefully you guys will join me later on tonight. It's open mic tonight, so anything goes, to a limit. uh, I hope everybody has a great day. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really, really appreciate it. Thanks for your well wishes for my mom. I'll just keep you guys posted on her condition as she rolls along. Um, and then yes, well wishes for Angelina. God's blessings to you, to the surgeon. May the surgery go well. And like I said, you got this, girl. You'll be fine. Until then, guys, you can have a great day. I'll see you all later. Right? Have a great day.